Shall we? Welcome to class today. I'm so glad you're here. It's good to see you all. And I would like to just start by seeing if everybody is doing all right. How are your bodies handling this time of the year? Anything we need to know to dance with you today? Everybody doing okay? Deshaun?
I'm just like full body stiff and sore from practice yesterday. So other than that, though, I should be okay.
Okay, yeah. So maybe getting moving might help then after
Yeah.
you come back. Get some lactic acid moving around. All right. Anything else? Anybody else? I've got something weird going on in my ankle today, so I don't know what's going on with that, but I'll manage through. Here we go. We have a lot to do, but I'd love for you to find a space where you can move. Just give yourself whatever's been going on today for you, let it go. Just give yourself this time. Give yourself a little space where you can either stand or you can sit. You can close your eyes down, have some room around you. Close your eyes. Take a nice deep breath in and let it out slowly. Let go of more air than you think you have. Feel grounded in this place and call your attention to your sensation of your body breathing. Feel the ribs expand. Feel the width of your back. Feel the narrowness of your lungs, your windpipe. Feel the center core line of your body and the through line of alignment, of gravity, as your breath forms around your center line. Your breath to the air, your weight to the earth, spread to the earth. Take a nice deep breath into your back and fill your back with air. As you exhale, let your head float off of your spine like a light balloon. Breathe air into the joints, the spaces in between your vertebrae. Breathe into that area. Feel lightness and breath. Keep your awareness on sensation as you increase the length of your breath. Breathing deep into your belly. Holding the space between breaths. And as you exhale, it's like you're letting go. Keep your awareness on the sensation. Your skin holds your muscles. Your muscles hold your bones. The bones of your rib cage and your spine hold and protect your lungs. Your lungs massage your heart with every breath. And your heart pumps blood and oxygen out to every inch of your body. Your whole body breathes. Breathe down into your feet. Expand your toes. Feel breath down into your legs and your hips. Letting out a long exhale. Breath into the belly and the chest. Feel the weight of your limbs, relaxed, but present and toned. Breath into your head and your neck and your shoulders, and letting go of tension there. With your breath and awareness into sensation, begin to change the shape of your body. Shift again to another place for another breath. Finding breath support in each new place. Moving on every exhale. Sustaining on any inhale. Exhale, we change your shape. Inhale, we move again into stability. And exhale, we change our shape. Reverse that action here. Moving on your inhales and exhale into place and stability. Inhale, we shift and change. And exhale, we stabilize. And inhale is a move. Change the tempo at which you're changing your shape. Play with your breath. To support the actions, keep changing shape, gently beginning to open your eyes so you're taking in the space around you, and the screen. Changing the tempo at which you're moving. Exhale at changing shape and place. Keep exploring. Always returning back to your breath. And let the pauses disappear so that you have continual motion that doesn't stop, but keeps flowing. Supported by your breath. Take glances into the screen to see what you see, and take inspiration off of what you see. Just a short time more. 5. Finding an end. 4. 3. 2. Find a pause. Good job, everyone. I want to establish an order of events where we did this once before, where we played this notion of action and then response. So one person makes an action, the other people will respond to what that action is by an interpretation of the action. Not necessarily doing exactly the same thing, but responding to how their body feels in relationship to that action or wanting to do something similar, something like that. So you respond to what it is that you see. Does that make sense? So one action, one response. And I'd like to try that in a line, right? So we have an order that I'd like to place here. So I'd like to do it starting with Kinsey. Moving from Kinsey, you make an action. Deshawn responds to that action. And the action that Deshawn does, Rebecca responds to that. And the action that Rebecca does, Tessa responds to that. And the action that Tessa does, Lissa, responds to that. And I'll respond to that. And then I send it back the other way.
Messaging with Alexa is not supported on this device.
Sorry.
You can use the Alexa app.
Stop. So I'll send it back the other way. So I'll send it back to Lissa, to Tessa, Rebecca, Deshawn, and then Kinsey. So we go through the way it is on my screen. It's going this way, but it doesn't matter, But we can jump around, depends. But one action, one response. Does this make sense? It's kind of like the game of dominoes. That's what this is. It's the dominoes game. Yes. So you make an action. So the way we would play it was you would make an action. What's an action? An action is just a small sequence of movement that ends in a shape. Okay? And then you hold and you maintain that shape until it's your turn to move again. So what you don't want to do is to isolate yourself where I can't see the screen anymore. You know what I mean? So you could go over here, then you have to wait till you've got to wait till it's your turn. So you've got to be able to finish where you can still see who's going to be your partner next. Right? So if Kinsey is starting out, Deshawn has to be where he can see Kinsey. And then Becca, you have to see Deshawn and then all the way through and then all the way back around again. Does that make sense? This will be fun. Oh my gosh, here we go. So we can find a place to start. I'm gonna let this music go. We'll see what we got. All right, let's begin. That goes right back to you, Deshawn.
My computer froze. I missed everything Tessa did.
Okay.
Could she maybe redo it?
Nice. Let's pause here for a second. Wow. That's pretty cool. I like how it works for me. But yeah, with computer glitches, that can be a problem. If your computer's freezing on, if your internet's not stable with it, that can be a really problem. I want to add a little something to this. I want to do the same thing, but I want to play with timing. So we can go faster or slower, right? So you can choose what you're going to do. It might be fun to try to do it as fast as possible all the way through, and then also see where we can play with slow as well in there. But try to keep the tempo fast and then slow where we can. Just adjust. Let's try that again. Yeah? Yes, Deshaun.
So my computer camera is horrible, so I have to do it on my phone, and I can't get everybody in one screen.
I gotcha.
So when then I switched back and saw Becca, and then I didn't
Gotcha.
realize that it was going to be my turn so quick, and then I was like, oh,
Yeah,
I guess it's my turn.
Gotcha.
Okay, yeah. So that was what yeah.
The good thing about this is you really have to just see the one person who's going to be leading you next. That's the one person you have to see. But boy, yeah. So if you finish close to the screen like that, you can like click through, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
Boy, it's tricky. If we were in the studio, we would be doing this standing side by side, right? Working down and working back up again. It would be fun. This is kind of a unique way to do it. Here we go. Let's try again. Play with timing. Try this again. Here we go. Find a starting position. One more thing. One more thing. So nice. The next thing I want to try to add to this is I want to have the second person can move before the first person stops. So we can have duets, in other words. So two people can start going, but the second person can't stop until the first person has stopped. Does that make sense? So the person who, so when you get to the ends, it becomes a little tricky, but in the middle of it, so if Deshaun is moving, that means that, so if the person before you is moving, that means you can move too. And we can have two people moving at any time. But if we're moving down, Kenzie's going, so Deshaun can start moving, but Deshaun can't stop moving until Kenzie stops first. So Kenzie has to stop, then Deshaun can keep moving, and Becca can start moving. Yeah? And then Deshaun can, yeah, so you got it all the way through. Same idea, just a little different. We can overlap times. Let's give that a go. Still playing with time. Nice, 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 nice. Good job. Good job. We'll come back to that. We'll talk about that. I love that. I love seeing that. I think it worked really well with two people going at a time. That worked really well. Let's go. We're going to change gears a little bit. What I want to do is have you. We're going to work with our eyes closed for a little bit. I'd like to have. So I'll start with this, and then we can work through the line the way we just did with the domino line. But I'm going to have each of you one at a time. When it's your turn, I'm going to have you turn on your mic. And as you move, what I want you to do is describe what you're doing. Everyone else, with your eyes closed, move, interpret what it is that you're hearing them say. You don't have to just, you can describe it any way you like. I did an angry move with my shoulder to the back. I moved up. Pick that part around the corner. that you can describe things that they don't, and they can still be vague. Even if you're saying, I lifted my arm. You see what I mean? Tessa.
Can you hear me right now?
Yeah.
My mic wasn't working yesterday. Oh, good. Oh, I'm so excited. My mic wasn't working yesterday. I was so worried. Okay.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Cool. Thank you.
Yeah, just as long as, so when it's your turn, just turn on your mic. Everyone else will be ready to move. We'll move with our eyes closed. So be careful with what's around you. You're moving with your eyes closed. Don't hurt yourself. Yes, Deshaun.
Is the one dancing, like describing, is that one with their eyes open, or is everybody with their eyes closed?
Well, I think it's fine for that person to have their eyes open.
Okay.
And they can experience and see what they're seeing. It's nice for them to see how everybody else is interpreting what they're doing. So I think that that's an okay thing to do. With everybody else can be with their eyes closed as they do the movement. So what I'll do is I'll just say change to the next person, and then on to the next person. I'll just say that. I'll leave my mic open and I'll just say change. And then we'll just change from wherever you are. The next person can just change. So if you want, you can all turn your mics. You can turn your mics on at this point, if that's okay.
Is it the same order as before?
Pardon? Yeah, let's keep the same order that we did before. Do you want to just go ahead and start, Kinsey?
We literally just describe like any way, color or.
If I was doing it, I would be going like inward rotation of the shoulder, floating my arm, my back opens wide, 2 feet off, then one, a shift to the side. You just start talking as you're moving, describing what it is that your sensation is and what you're feeling.
Okay.
The whole point is we're trying to get into the sensation of our bodies moving. Mm-hmm. And if you can put that sensation into words, what it is that's standing out to you, it's helpful.
Okay.
Yeah?
Thank you.
Okay. I'll add some music behind you.
Twist of the ribcage, elbow up, and soft, flowy flower. Breath, reach, drop, extend. And quick, sharp, slow. Relax. Arms, fingers reach. Orange, love. Holding, alone. Caress. Out, push. Away. Reach in. Reach out. Circle. Elbow. Jab.
Change. Let's change.
Crescent. Up arm swing. Loop around. Drop. To the floor. Butt down, arms up. Grab the knees. Spin around. Reach to the side. Tall tree. Sad tree. Rise up. Sunset. Big loop. Bring it in. Let it go. Rise. All the way. You're a tall tree. The tallest tree. And you fall. It's fall. Your leaves down. Bring it back up. It's spring. Wave to the birds. Loop around. You are the ocean. You reach for the land, but you pull away. Now you're back. And then you pull away. Now you're back.
And change.
I'm not sure we can hear you, Becca.
Can't hear me?
No.
No. We can hear you now, like when you got close.
Yes. Be closer.
Oh,
We can hear
okay.
you. Be
Okay.
close. Sorry.
Okay. So I'll just dance really close to the screen then. Can you hear me now? Can you hear
Yes.
me here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's see. And let's breathe. And reach. And pull everything in. Expand out of the head. The mind is reaching as far as you can. Move the head, circle. Reaching out, pulling in. Pushing against gravity. Giving into gravity. Lifting, feeling the air around your arms and on the hair of your arms in the wind. Pointing through the toes and the fingertips and contracting everything towards your center. Breathe and exhale and rocking back, up, swirling and reach, contrasting, pulling your arm in the opposite direction as your foot and reversing.
And change.
Just say, reaching with the elbow, expanding, feeling the earth. Breathe and contract, rolling through the body, stretching and expanding, contralateral, reaching, consuming, holding, breathing out, reaching around, touching the ground, seeing the sky, touching, feeling, rolling through the spine, expanding, pointing the toe, reaching around, touching
And
my
change.
Lifting the leg. Dropping the leg. Circling. Reaching. Ball. Fingers reaching. Sweeping. Turning. Purple. Pointing. Fingers and toes. Bending. Reaching. Whirling. Consuming. And letting go. Straightening up. Reaching and turning. Straightening.
And change. To feel the shift of the floor. Shifting stability. Losing stability. Finding center. Pushing away from ground. Turning over there. A little twist. Your knee high. Opposite shoulder round. Wiggle. Adjust. Track and push. Press and yield. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, dancers. Good job. Thank you very much. Nice dancing with me. It was nice dancing with you all, for sure. Tell me what you noticed. Do you remember what we did? If you were to describe this class to someone else, what would you say? What did you do in class today? Back. Yes, Kenzie.
Oh, I'm unmuted. Sorry. I would say it's very connected and very freeing. Something I noticed with this last exercise, because I had like we've danced with our eyes closed, but I've usually been in a better position. Like my animals have been sleeping or anything like that. So one of my cats actually tried like reaching up and grabbing onto me, and he even jumped on my back one time. So I was like, it was very difficult to really stay focused with my body, but I had something to work with, and it was kind of interesting that I was doing a duet with my cat. So
Yeah.
it was really cool, and it made me realize that with my obstacles, I can make the best out of them, kind of thing.
Good, good point. Tessa.
I think like at the beginning of class, just when we were doing our when we started moving and using our breath as support and transitioning from shape to shape, and as that became more fluid, I feel like I haven't really been able to identify this before, but I think that when my eyes are closed and when we like start doing that like continuous movement, that's when I feel most connected to my body. And then when we opened our eyes after that, I was like, I felt some sort of like, it was so much easier to get distracted
Yeah.
and like feel more out of touch with my body. So then I got really excited when you said that we were going to do an exercise with our eyes closed, because I was like, oh, this is going to like be helpful for me to like connect to that. And so I think that like describing and articulating kind of what our bodies were doing just added like another form of art, which is like language, to it, and also was like a nice transition step for like being aware, but also having the like added layer of having to describe it. Like sight would be an additional added layer. So I don't know.
Oftentimes when I'm doing an improvisation and I come out of from eyes closed and I transition to eyes open, I do it slowly, typically. I don't want to go like, I'm away. You know, what I tend to do is I almost like glaze over, open my eyes really slowly and keep the motion happening and try to, because it's so easy to lose that, so quick to go back to vision, like, okay, here we are, hi. But it's so much, there's so much more of a depth of experience when you're just into your sensations, your, tactile sensation, the sounds, the smells, the space, to feel your body moving.
And I think it's really interesting too, I guess something that this class has taught me is just like how sensation can also motivate your further like movement, and like how just really paying attention and being in tune with your body can like inspire movement.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, I really like that concept, and I think that it's, yeah.
I'm so glad you articulated that. 100%. That's where that's where movement comes from for me. It's all about that. It's about finding, where does this feel right to go next, and asking yourself, you get to if you're going on a journey, you don't have to wait till all the lights are green to get on the journey. You go as far as you can, and then you stop and you wait and you see and you sense and you think, oh, now I can go further and I can see further. You go down the road, and you can see, you just take action, you go down the road, and you can see where you need to go once you get there. Yeah. So I don't know. Good point. Yeah, you move, and then it tells you where to go next because of your attention to your sensation. This notion about language and words, I've made dances where I've had people, I've had people read the newspaper and I'm dancing to that, or a poem, or some, yeah, the newspaper, like a current event of some kind. Reading that on top of when someone is moving is a great juxtaposition, and it can recontextualize the news article into something different, into seeing it in a new way and in a new light, and how it feels on somebody's body to experience what they're reading. It can be really powerful to have those kind of juxtapositions, and it can politicize the movement. It can be really powerful. Oh, I love the cat. Thanks. So yeah. So this spoken word and movement can be really powerful when it's done well. Dishan.
Oh, my mic's already unmuted. So this weekend I was dancing quite a bit, just messing around and just having fun with just kind of what I usually dance with. And so I realized during this class that when I dance with my own music, there's a lot more beats and stuff for me to hit. And so, but like when the music's playing in here, it's just kind of like smooth and just kind of like flows a little bit more. So I find myself doing a completely different type of dancing, and just like my body's moving in a completely different way.
Yeah.
Just because the music is just not, the music just completely correlates in a completely different way. And my body, not that it's unnatural for my body to move that way, but since my body is being put in a different scenario, then I'm moving in a way to reflect the music. And so I thought that was really cool.
That's really cool. Yeah, that's really nice to see. We respond to our environment. Yeah. And yeah, I'm playing this music with a lot of space in it. I'm not giving you a lot of rhythm. It's more, all this music is very open. That's for sure. So so it brings out other things. Although I did see when you were playing with time, I saw you were adding a whole bunch of beats, which were great. You were moving in a rapid tempo that added with percussive action.
Yeah, I was trying to add like a little half beat and just little things in my own mind that to add like tempo to change it up a little bit. Yeah.
So great. Yeah. Nothing wrong with that at all. It's awesome. All right. Well, we've come to the end of this week again. And remember, next week we won't be meeting together. So we will come back. Let's see. So next week is the 24th, where we won't meet, but we will meet on the 1st. Does that sound okay?
Yep.
So I will see you on December 1st. Yes, Kinsey.
Next week, I know we're not meeting for class, and I know it's Thanksgiving week. Do you want us to still do our our Saturday stuff?
Yeah.
Okay, just making sure.
Yeah. Still keep with the material. Yeah. I would love it if you continue to practice. What I might be doing in lieu of this class is giving you something to do. I'll post something online to help you say, here's a practice that you can work on your own. Just something to explore together. Okay?
Thank you.
Anyways, it was lovely dancing with you. Thank you. But yeah, this was my birthday, so this was just a gift for me to be able to dance with you today.
Oh, happy birthday, Tim.
Hey,
Thanks for dancing with us.
This was a lovely gift.
Happy birthday.
Take care.